Unfortunately, drunk driving kills almost 2,000 teens every year. 1,848 in 2020 to be exact. It happens way too often, which was always the likely scenario in Kiely Rodni's case. What little facts that were known pointed more towards Kiely driving while intoxicated and accidentally driving into Prosser Lake.
But you can see her headlights actually hitting the trees on the far bank, and it looks like she makes a hard right turn. Let me show you. So if you zoom in and you see her car right there, it makes a quick little turn to the right and then it makes a left. That's right here. So as it looks like it's not moving, it's because it's heading towards the camera. Then it turns left right here and goes into the water. Right over here on this bank over here, you can see the headlights hitting the bank, and then they go really hard to the right around the cove, and then it dims out, and there's no more headlights going around either, so the headlights are probably under the water. I mean, it's pretty interesting, and it also proves to the people who don't think that's a vehicle that is a vehicle going into the water. Okay? Now they'll say, well, how do you know it's somebody not running with flashlights in their hands? Well, because I'm logical. That's not what it is. The car goes into the water, and then it dims out, and there's no more headlights going around either, so the headlights are probably under the water, or they're facing so far over here that we can't see them. Because as you can see, they seem to be continually moving to the right, but about right at 3312, maybe 3318 here, it doesn't even appear that the lights are illuminating any trees over here, so it's hard to say for certain. But then by 34, I think it's 38, it's under the water. It only took about 1:20 for the car to sink under the water. Pretty crazy, but when you watch those videos that are online of cars going under the water and how to escape, that's exactly what happens. I just play that for you again. Keep in mind the headlights over here. Over in this area, you can see that they go like this. And this is double speed. And there's the headlights over there. Kind of does a little jog back at one point too. So you almost think like she overcompensated and tried to steer back again to the left. But it goes into the water. And it's absolutely crazy. I mean, people denying that that's the vehicle at this point, given that the time is 12:33 going into the water, and that's when her cell phone cut out, and the fact that her car was found right there and she was found in it, man, just wake up, man. I mean, it really is her car. You can stop all the other crazy theories at this point. Hey, Gray must be a paid op. Nope, I'm just a person with a brain. All right, everybody, thank you very much for watching. And until next time, be safe out there.
Some true crime creators just refuse to accept the most logical explanation and have a hard time letting these cases go. And I'm not convinced anymore that their intentions are good. It's starting to feel like a lot of these creators are only interested in benefiting themselves by agreeing with the most popular narrative, whether it's factual or not. How much time could you really spend on a case about a girl who got drunk at a party and accidentally drove into a lake? That's it? End of story? No way. It can't be. This case has so much potential and so much room for speculation. It can't be that simple, because there's no entertainment value, which is the most important element in true crime. There's a clear pattern in how these cases are being covered. Every case is dramatized like a TV show, movie, or a Netflix series. There's always a jealous friend, a crazy ex, a wicked stepmom or dad, a love triangle, an evil plan, or a life insurance policy, which simply doesn't exist in every case. There's not always a great cast of characters or players in the game. There's not always a good storyline with clues to be discovered and a mystery to be solved. The truth is the truth, and sometimes it's just plain boring. And it's not okay to create fake suspicion and false narratives in order to sensationalize these tragedies. Since it's been long known that people have a tendency to run with theories that they've heard on YouTube, we should be more responsible with what we say on our platforms. The bigger the platform, the more people will be influenced by the opinions that are shared. Before I even get into this, I just want to warn you that if you are the type of person who decides they like someone, therefore they can do no wrong and become perfect human beings in your eyes, you may want to click off of this video right now. Go ahead and close it down because you're not going to like this. Just because you view someone as mostly good, that doesn't mean that they never do any wrong. We're all imperfect people. One of the channels that influenced a lot of people is Brace Yourselves, because this may be a little hard to hear. Many of you refused to see it, but they were wrong in the way they handled this. They say that their services are free of cost to the families, but I think this family paid greatly. If you'll listen and give me a chance, I'll explain how I came to that conclusion. AWP lied on several occasions, but the truth is revealed in their own video that was posted on their channel. The truth is there if you are open and willing to see it. AWP claims that they are putting the families first and that they are the first to be contacted after they've located a loved one. But in this case, they never even got the parents' phone numbers. The parents were there at the park, and it would have been so easy to stop by and speak with them and exchange numbers, but they didn't. Why do you think that is? If you intend to notify someone immediately if and when something is found, why would you not bother to get their phone number? This is one of the many questions I have regarding this group.
We help families all across the nation, and when we find out, they are notified first. So we're going to notify them first. My very next call will be to local authorities.
When things don't add up, it's because the truth was never a part of the equation. Do you believe that what we saw in their video is exactly in chronological order how everything played out? Of course not. This is a production. It's edited and pieced together. We see things in the way that they want it to be perceived. We can figure out what happened on the day that Kiely was found just by critically thinking and considering how the whole process of filming works. Common sense tells us that this is possibly how it all went down. Doug and Nick go out on a boat to look for Kiely's car using their sonar equipment, without a camera crew. We know this because aside from an interview here or there, you wouldn't necessarily film unless you find something that's worth filming. So it's very likely that they spotted Kiely's car, dropped a magnet, and knew they had found her car before any filming was done. They possibly even suited up and dove down to confirm that it was Kiely's car before they even filmed it. That would mean that a lot of what we see in the video is a reenactment of what they already discovered a few minutes before. This allows them to pre-plan what they're going to say and dramatize the situation.
Yep. That's what we do it for, brother. Good job. Good job. It's positive, you know? All right.
She's in the back of the vehicle. She's not in the driver's seat. It looks suspicious to me.
Yeah.
Vehicle's upside down. Some of the one window is halfway down. One window is all the way down. Whew. Call the authorities.
It appears they spent 2 to 3 hours filming Nick's dive and Doug's commentary, because we see a timestamp on their footage of about 12:30 and then it jumps to after 2 p.m.
I read you loud and clear.
I noticed something that was worth mentioning in AWP's video that might reveal some more truth. AWP started their video out with a story given by the roadside assistant guy, which I would argue was done on purpose to create suspicion and to set up for the foul play narrative. There was one part that I found interesting where Nick is asked if he saw anything in the car. They specifically asked, "Did you see anything on the keychain?" They seem unusually interested in him naming any items that he saw in the car.
Yes, but not near her, no.
Did you notice anything in particular in her car at all?
I mean, besides perfume bottles and, like, yeah, actually, there was a perfume bottle that was in the center console, and that was all that I recall, to be honest.
Did she have anything on her keys at all?
I don't remember.
Did you say that you guys have cameras that could possibly get some sort of facial recognition on?
Yeah, so we...
This made me think that they may have been asking these questions because they already seen the items in Kiely's car, and they knew that if he was able to name them, it would be more believable. This information would have only been known if the car had already been discovered, but they claimed they ran into the individual spontaneously at the Home Depot store before finding Kiely's car. Now I question when this interview was filmed and for what purpose. If their number one priority is the families of these victims, like they claim, why would they spend hours making sure that they get their footage before notifying the families and law enforcement? They did everything in their power to make sure that no one was alerted, including the family and local law enforcement. Let's not forget, they've been doing this for a couple years, and they know exactly how this all works. They know that they are just regular civilians and that they will be asked to leave once law enforcement arrive. They know that as quick as they alert the family will make law enforcement aware, and then it's over. They can't shoot for their documentary. What does that tell us? In other words, never mind that there's a family who desperately need answers, and never mind the precious hours they have wasted getting their footage. The footage is number one priority. Everything else plays second fiddle. People wonder why law enforcement and Kiely's family were not happy with AWP. A blind man could see why.